Welcome to Behind the Ball. I'm your host, Michael Harbaugh, and today we have a good one for you as I go through my predictions for this upcoming NFL season. We will be taking you through all 7 teams in my playoff predictions for the AFC. Now, first up, we have the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs are Super Bowl champions. They're still, in my opinion, the best offense in the league. Nobody's stopping them. Patrick Mahomes, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the rookie. They are looking great going into this season. Next up, we have the Baltimore Ravens. Now, the Baltimore Ravens are the best team in the league, in my opinion. The only reason I think they're going to get the 2 seed is because they will lose a close one to the Chiefs in Week 3 of this year. Now, third up, we have the Tennessee Titans. I think the Tennessee Titans are going to make a push this year. They will win the AFC South. And with Derrick Henry in that backfield, they can beat any team. They haven't lost much at all since they benched Marcus Mariota. And Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry just seem to have some sort of special connection. Now for the 4th seed and the final division winner, I have the Buffalo Bills. Tom Brady's gone, so it is the Bills' time to shine. And with Josh Allen finally getting that number 1 target that he's been waiting for in Stephon Diggs, I think the Bills are going to be a great team this year. Now for our first wild card spot, I have the Denver Broncos. I think the Denver Broncos are great. They're going to have a scary good offense. With Noah Fant, Courtland Sutton, rookie Jerry Jeudy, and bringing Melvin Gordon into the backfield from the Chargers, they are going to be scary. I think they're going to put up a ton of points this year. For our next wildcard spot, I have the Houston Texans. And I think the Texans will lose a close one to the Titans late in the year, which will force them to not win the division. But I think they're still going to be good. Deshaun Watson's their quarterback, so they're going to be in every single game. Now, they did lose DeAndre Hopkins, which is a big blow, but they got Brandon Cooks. He's obviously nowhere near the talent that DeAndre Hopkins is, but I think they will be just fine with Deshaun Watson back there. And finally, we have the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns are not going to be good by any means whatsoever. The only reason they're going to make the playoffs is because the rest of the AFC is absolutely horrendous. Now, with the new 7-seed format, they'll be able to squeak in at 8-8. I don't think they're going to make a playoff push whatsoever, but hey, I could be wrong. With Odell Beckham Jr. and Jarvis Landry, really anything could happen. That's my AFC playoff predictions. Now on to the NFC side of things, and the NFC is absolutely stacked to the bone with talent. Every single team has so many talented players. But with that being said, first up, we have the New Orleans Saints. I think the New Orleans Saints are going to be absolutely dominant this year. Drew Brees, you always have a chance to win with him. Michael Thomas is coming off a record-breaking season, and Alvin Kamara is still the best receiving back in the entire NFL. Now, Marshawn Lattimore on the defense is also coming into his own as a true leader in that secondary. Now on to number 2, I have the Seattle Seahawks. And with Chris Carson being a solid running back and DK Metcalf coming into his own as a true number 1 option, what's not to like about this team? Russell Wilson is always in the MVP discussion, and he never really has anybody to throw to. And now that he has DK Metcalf, he's going to be a very, very solid player. Now on to the Minnesota Vikings. I think the Vikings are a great team up and down. Their running back, Dalvin Cook, is going to probably be the strongest point of their team. Now, they did lose Stephon Diggs, which is a big blow to the team. But Adam Thielen is still a solid option, and I believe he might even be better than Stephon Diggs this year. Now, if Kirk Cousins can learn how to win some primetime games, they will definitely be good, and nobody will want to mess with them. Now on to the Philadelphia Eagles. I believe the Philadelphia Eagles will win the NFC East, but not with a great record. I think they're a very good team, and Carson Wentz carries them. Last year he had 4,000 yards and didn't have a receiver with over 500. He carried absolute backups all the way into the playoffs and almost won the wild card game, which I really believe he would have if he wouldn't have gotten hurt in the second quarter. Now on to my first wildcard team, and I have the San Francisco 49ers. I think they're going to lose a close one to Seattle late in the year, which forces them to be the 5 seed. But overall, I think they're a great team as well. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo is 21-4 in his career as a starter, so he's a solid quarterback. They just got their tight end back, George Kittle, on a massive deal, and their defense is probably the best defense in the entire NFL. This team is very scary, and they were 3 really close games away last year from being 16-0. Now on to the 6th seed. I believe this will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think Tom Brady is going to come in and turn that organization around. With the help of Rob Gronkowski, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, I think they're going to be one of the best offenses in the entire NFL this year. Now they will lose a few to the Saints and the Chiefs, but outside of that, I don't see them losing to much of anybody. And finally, I have the Green Bay Packers. I think the Green Bay Packers are a very, very solid team. You always have a chance with Aaron Rodgers. Their only issue is the defense. They gave up 186 yards rushing. But overall, I think they will be just fine. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to carry them into the playoffs once again, but they will be the 7 seed. Thanks for tuning into this episode of Behind the Ball. Let us know what you think about these predictions down in the comments below, and don't forget to follow us on all of our social media accounts. Until next time, I'm your host, Michael Harbaugh.